I'm going to Miami. Welcome to
needles on Miami.
Like, come on, man. I'm going from Memphis to Miami. I'm from Memphis.
In Miami.
And I've spent a lot of time in Miami, right? You live in Key West, Florida, right up the street. So I've spent some time in Miami. It's different. Ja Morant could go even crazier. He probably goes from a thug to a Zion Williamson in Miami. Who knows? He goes from a wannabe thug.
Why you said to a Zion though? That's why you
Zion. We're gonna get to Zion in a minute.
Gonna get to Zion, but you ain't had to say that. That's cold.
It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy, but oh man, that's the one bad thing. It's like Miami though, like maybe Boston or something like that. Like, get him somewhere else to where the city's not as
where he can focus on basketball. Let's say
he could focus on basketball, right? Miami, it's a lot to not take your eyes off the prize, man. In Miami, but like I said, he would have Eric Spoelstra. You got Pat Riley. He's in that staff, that front office from top down. Like I said, from top down, they keep everything in house. They keep everything steady. As far as the players, you don't hear much about any nonsense other than the Jimmy Butler thing, but that was more of a money issue that just Jimmy Butler made spiral out of control. But other than that, man, it should be good for him. I think him and Zion Williamson, and I'm gonna get to this point and we can move on to Zion Williamson now. These two players need a change of scenery.
Make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you. This is one that's interesting, right? Because as we know, when it comes to the NBA, one of the biggest things is the offseason. We love to see the player movement. I guess we love that in all sports, but especially in the NBA, because in basketball, one move can be huge in terms of making a difference and turning a team into a champion. So go ahead, Transform.
All right. So
I thought I took that down. My bad.
Okay, no, you're good. All right. So obviously you see on the thumbnail here, you see Ja Morant, Kevin Durant. Ja Morant, Kevin Durant. I feel like everybody's name should rhyme. Zion Williamson and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
Obviously, there's been trade rumors floating around the airwaves, but a new one that popped up is Ja Morant going to Miami. Being traded to Miami under Pat Riley's tutelage of leadership in the front office. Obviously, Ja Morant's career in Memphis is not looking too great. Either he's A, injured, or B, in trouble. So it's obviously not going well. And obviously, per last season, the biggest thing about Ja Morant that we all know about is the back and forth between him and the NBA front office when it comes to his celebration of utilizing the gun celebration. Obviously, he changed that to the grenade now celebration, still a weapon to be used at, could cause bodily harm or death in wartime and stuff like that. Right. So obviously the right mentorship isn't happening for him in Memphis. So talks to him going to Miami is in the midst. Bruce, what do you think of the possibility of Ja Morant going to Miami?
So this is interesting, right? My first thought is that's crazy, right? I don't think Pat Riley meshes well with the younger star players, right? Their mentality is totally different. Pat Riley is a my way or the highway guy, which I personally like, right? I like that a lot. I believe that, in life, there's an order to things. And Pat Riley he's the freaking president of the Heat, right? So you listen to what he says or you get the hell on. That's simple. Yeah. But
he took Bron's cookies, so he don't care.
So in the modern generation, Okay. In the modern generation, these athletes, these kids on the whole, they're built differently, right? Not built differently, but their mentality is different. They don't necessarily respect someone because they're in a particular position, understanding that, okay, this is the boss. He's not telling me to do anything immoral or illegal. I got to do what he says. These guys are, if I don't like it, I'm a whine and I'm a not, whatever. I don't know if Ja Morant is the type of guy. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but I don't know if he's the type of guy that's going to be able to deal with that type of tough, boot camp type environment. Everybody speaks to the environment in Miami. Now, that said, the flip side could be exactly what Ja needs, right? He needs that reset, and he needs that kind of tough love, and he needs that super structured environment for him to be able to maximize his ability and the type of star that he could be on this level. And also, in fairness, Miami needs that as well, right? Miami needs it. Yeah, they need that. They're always going to be competitive, maybe playing or first round out, but they need a star. They need somebody to help get them, to that next position. And trying to get a Ja Morant, that could work. Edward has a great question. He says, who are they giving up for him? And I guess Tyler Hero would have to be part of that, right?
I'm going to hit Tyler Hero and some picks.
Yeah, because
Bam out of bio, you don't put him with Triple J.
Right. I was about to say, I'm not a Bam guy. I think he's overrated. However, he works very well in that system with Miami. And if you have a Bam and a Ja, that could be an easy 1-4 pick and roll type situation, right?
Yeah.
Bam, he can hit the mid range. He's a lob threat. Also, he can defend because Ja doesn't really appear to have any interest in doing that. So
too small. He's too small.
I guess we could say that, but anyway, he doesn't seem to have any interest in defending. So if Bam could be there to help out if he's getting beat. So I think that anything with Ja Morant, Tyler Hero has to be a part of that. And as you said, some picks or maybe some, but I don't know. I'm torn. I just gave both sides on, why that would work and why that wouldn't work. I think I lean more towards it wouldn't work. I don't know. I don't get a good feeling from Ja.
Yeah. I think going from Memphis to Miami, think about it.
Didn't think about that.
From Memphis to Miami.
Yeah. Very different.
Very different, right?
Yeah.
However, the one thing that works for Miami, again, front office down to the coaching level. Eric Spoelstra is one hell of a coach.
Yeah.
One hell of a coach. Great with X's and O's. Great with his players, getting his team together. Always somehow is in a fight in the playoffs. Somehow always in the playoffs or in a fight with the playoffs. That's the only thing that's going for him. That he's going to have the mentorship from the coaching perspective and from Pat Riley to kind of, hey, wing it in. Like we don't need this mess, or this is how we're going to act as professionals. This is the way you need to conduct ourselves. Yada yada yada. The bad. It's Miami. It's Miami. I'm going to Miami. Welcome to Miami. Like, come on, man. I'm going from Memphis to Miami. I'm from Memphis.
In Miami.
And I've spent a lot of time in Miami, right? You live in Key West, Florida, right up the street. So I've spent some time in it's different. Ja Morant could go even crazier. He probably goes from a thug to a Zion Williamson in Miami. Who knows? He goes from a wannabe thug.
Why you said to a Zion? No, that's why you Zion.
We're gonna get to Zion in a minute.
Get to Zion, but you ain't had to say that. That's cold.
It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy, but oh man, that's the one bad thing. It's like Miami though, like maybe Boston or something like that. Like get him somewhere else to where the city's not as
where he could focus on basketball. Let's say.
Yeah, he could focus on basketball, right? Miami, it's a lot to take your eyes off the prize, man, in Miami. But like I said, he would have, Eric Spoelstra, you got Pat Riley, and that staff, that front office from top down. Like I said, from top down, they keep everything in house. They keep everything steady. As far as the players, you don't hear much about any nonsense other than the Jimmy Butler thing, but that was more of a money issue. That just Jimmy Butler made spiral out of control. But other than that, man, it should be good for him. I think him and Zion Williamson, and I'm gonna get to this point, and we can move on to Zion Williamson now. These two players need a change of scenery. Zion in New Orleans obviously is just not working out. Came in the NBA, obviously had the injury problem, but then it became a weight problem. Now it's not a weight problem. He drops weight. Now it's a a female worker problem. That's now spiraling into a assault problem and other
alleged
issues.
Assault problem.
Alleged assault problem.
Yes.
Correct. Alleged assault problem again with a female worker. What are you doing? like what are you doing in New Orleans? Obviously, these two are not focused on basketball, right? You need to get them to teams with leadership to kind of help hone them in. Some key veterans on the bench, like Udonis Haslem. I forget that's another key thing in Miami. Udonis Haslem, he could definitely steady the ship when it comes to Ja Morant. Very, very great mentor, stern body on your bench.
OG,
the OG, the king of Miami, right? He can hone in Ja Morant. So I think another key reason why that could work for Miami, and that could work for Ja as well. But Zion and New Orleans, it's just not ending well. You're paying them all this money for what 35 games a season? That's what I'm paying for. Right? Yeah, that's typically what I'm paying for. So obviously he's on the trade block. Where do you see Zion Williamson, if at all, seeing him being a great fit?
So I just thought about this, right? I thought about this earlier when we were kind of talking about the topics and stuff. I would say if Milwaukee loses out on Giannis, the best thing you can do is get Zion up there. Because you're taking him out of, I've never been to Milwaukee, but you don't hear Milwaukee talked about as a great food city, right?
No.
And again, they got cheese. I was about to say they got a lot of cheese. But I mean, it's not New Orleans in terms of eating, right? So, and there's not a lot to do like there is in New Orleans, in Milwaukee, right? Not as much, I should say. So maybe that would be the environment that Zion needs to be in order to just focus on getting in the gym, getting back to being what a lot of people thought he could be. And yeah, I think that's the thing. Now, are you going to have the same level of success on the court? I doubt it, because Zion doesn't defend. We know Giannis does. And Zion doesn't particularly like to rebound for his size. We know Giannis does. But maybe the change of scenery, that reset, and getting him out of a quote-unquote troubled environment and get him into a spot where he can be effective. So I'm saying if Giannis goes, which we're not sure he will, we don't know what he wants to do. There are conflicting reports. But if Giannis goes, then you're Milwaukee, you try to make the move for Zion. That's what you do. Because it'll also put butts in the seats.
Yeah.
Because when he's on the floor, he's super exciting.
No, absolutely. My answer was going to be anywhere that doesn't have food. Anywhere.
When you're rich, you can have food anywhere you are. But I get it. It's not New Orleans. It's not that type of place.
Exactly. Anywhere where they're not known. Let me better yet say that. Any place that's not known for their food. Any place, I'm fine with it. Pick it. Cool. Okay. Well, you can't be OKC. Even though that would be a nasty little combination. But get him to Toronto, right? Get him to Toronto, maybe. I like your choice in Milwaukee. You get him to some place where he could, again, like Ja Morant, have a reset button. All right. These players obviously need a reset button because what they got going on where they got drafted is just obviously not working. And to savor their careers or to savor their longevity in the game, at least try them out in different areas. If I'm New Orleans, if somebody call and say, hey, I give you 2 first-round picks or a first-round pick, this or that, I'm pressing that button. Yep. Send it. Send it. I'm done. I'm done. New Orleans should be tired of this by now. What was Zion drafted? He's 5 years in the league now.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's yet to play a full season, either due to
he has played 70+ games though. He has done that.
He has played 70+ games in the season.
Yes, once or twice he has.
Okay, all right. But that's good. But other than that, I mean, he's either hurt or now his name isn't being spoken about in a positive light, right? So
yeah, you got
in that
too
case,
much
you
other
start
stuff going on, man.
exactly.
Yeah, this is just frustrating, man. These anyway, go ahead.
I mean, this just goes back to the one of my partners was talking about this earlier. These young dudes, man, when you're such a star at such a young age, and you got money at such a young age, the flock of females that fly at you, you don't got to work for them. You don't need game. You just got money. That's it. You know, even Gucci Man in his ugly days could get a chick because he got the money. I got the bread, right? Like I got the money. So now these guys, they get drafted in the league and they get these $100 million contracts, and they see these models and they seeing these female workers that do video, right? That record and put them on DVDs and websites and stuff. Not gonna say the actual name, but you know what I'm saying, right? They see these females, and they like, oh man, I always want to do that. Relax, young fellas. That's why we need more mentors in the NBA.
Everybody else want to do that too.
Yeah, we all do. Like, we all do at some point of fashion, bro. You got to understand that you're a professional. The cameras are always on you, and you're a target for these females. Obviously, Zion seeing that firsthand, right? One of the female workers, snapped on him about, having a baby mother by one of the other female workers. Now there is an accusation of assault from another female worker. Obviously, what's the common denominator? Female workers.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You can leave them alone. You know what I mean? It's not
right.
Bro, you can go out and leave them alone. But like I said, man, these guys do need a change of scenery, bro. They really do. But moving on, we got two other names on this list. Two of them you spoke about on the other show. You did a great job of speaking on that. But obviously, Kevin Durant, it's looking more than likely. It is viewed as a certainty, according to the NBA insider Jack Fisher, as a foregone conclusion that KD will be traded this offseason. So I know we had conversations about Minnesota. I think that's what your choice was for Kevin Durant.
That's where I would like to see him. Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. But the major talk is about him going to New York. There were reports that prior to the trade deadline last season, New York was heavily trying to get KD traded to New York City. Now that they've just lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Indiana Pacers, do you see New York City revisiting this conversation and making the move to get Kevin Durant?
Yeah, I do. I mean, if anytime you have an opportunity you're in the Eastern Conference Finals, right? You have an opportunity to get a nuclear weapon like that. And then also, I think what probably lends even more so to that is they don't know who their next head coach is going to be. By the way, Jay Wright turned them down.
Yeah, he turned him down. Yeah.
Right. So they don't know who the next head coach is going to be. So with a guy like Kevin Durant, it doesn't matter who the head coach is. Like you said, and like we all know, he can fit in anywhere, right? He's a walking nuclear weapon, and he is a perfect fit in any system. So that is a plus. And also, I would think that's a plus in terms of luring a head coach, right? Because, you got Brunson, you got guys who will defend, and then you got KD. Like, a lot of coaches be like, maybe I wouldn't have done this before, but right. All of a sudden that looks a lot different now. So yeah, I think if you're the Knicks, you absolutely revisit this again. To me, Giannis would be the guy for me, but can't go wrong. KD is a great one too. You know, so
I mean, obviously the biggest domino to fall is going to be Giannis, as you just spoke about. With Kevin Durant going to New York, where is the likelihood of Giannis going?
Okay, so Giannis, I think, is on record saying that he likes Florida cities. So,
Miami.
Could be an option. If you're Miami, like if you got to lose,
now you
Bam,
can trade that Bam Adebayo.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So
Sid Bubba, no. The only way that happens if LeBron leaves. We'll be well above that second
my
apron.
God.
I'm talking. We'll be so far past the second apron. They'll just
y'all want everybody.
Genie not paying that money.
Oh my gosh.
Genie is not paying that money.
Man, how about you just rebuild your team, man? Just rebuild your team and go play ball. Damn, y'all want everybody. What's wrong with y'all?
Bruce, what year was you born?
I was born in 1978, Transformer.
Okay, so since 1978, the Lakers have always done this. So calm the hell down, all right? We don't build.
I know, man. You think I like it?
You think I like it? No,
right. I don't like it.
We don't build what? We leave that building for the construction workers. They got that job. They build it. We over here. Hey, you got a star? It's mine now. Bring them on over here.
For real, Debo. My star. No doubt.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, best fits. Oh man, that's a good
Miami.
Golden State,
the Knicks and Miami, but Golden State again. We know that what's his name? Lacob is not trying to be under that apron, right? So Steph is getting his money. They just gave Jimmy Butler money. Giannis, if you get Giannis, he's making money, and then you're gonna have to pay him again in what 2 years?
Yeah.
I don't know if Lacob is gonna try to be under that apron, man. That thing is oppressive.
Yeah, I think over the last 5 years, Golden State has spent $500 million in taxes for being over the apron. That's how much they've been paying in luxury tax. $500 million. I can't even spell $500 million. I used to HAVE a billion bill BEL $500 million in the last 5 years have been spent in tax dollars. So and you made a solid point. Jimmy Butler just got there, so obviously, and I think he's getting a hefty check next year.
Yeah.
Like 60, it's like 60 mil or something like that.
They compensated him nicely.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous.
Giannis.
Ooh, man. San Antonio would be nice, but then you got to trade something to get him. Who do you trade?
You put together a package with Stephon Castle.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, you do. If you could put Giannis, Wemby, and De'Aaron Fox,
that would be dangerous. De'Aaron Fox ain't got to play defense now.
That's right.
Best defensive anchors.
Thank you. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that'll be tough.
That would be real tough.
That would be tough, and they will skyrocket as definitely one of the favorites. Definitely one of the favorites. Oh my God, that's tough. Do you think Dallas will want to be in the mix?
Dallas is not trading because any deal that Dallas gets into, the other team's going to want the number one pick to get Cooper Flag, and they already said that's just not happening.
Do you think they got anything else they can trade?
Nah. Oh, and by the way, now hearing rumors Jason Kidd might be headed to the Knicks.
I heard that he's being denied they're being denied the interview.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't catch that. Thank you. I didn't catch that. Okay. They're like, nope. Yeah, by the way, Jimmy Butler is going to make 55 mil, 54.1 mil this coming season, and then almost 57 mil the following year. So that's a lot of dough.
A lot of dough. And he's 36?
Yeah. He's 36. Yeah. So you giving him all this. That's why I'm like, I don't think Giannis can get there. I don't.
Oh my God. Mavs expected to turn down Knicks' potential interview requests with Jason Kidd. Yeah. So it hasn't been turned. It's expected to be turned down. So I read it a little bit.
Yeah. You know what, Bruce? I don't know if you were on the show when I said that Sam Cassell should be getting an interview for that Knicks job, because
I don't think so.
I think so. I think he would be great for Jalen Brunson. He's a champion as a player. He's a point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's not going to listen if you're a point guard with championship aspirations to Sam Cassell?
Because he's not a champion.
He is a champion.
As a coach. No. I'm sorry. My correction. I stand corrected. As a coach. Right now, if I'm New York, my biggest target is Mike Malone.
Yeah. Well, Sam Cassell's a champion. He's a champion as an assistant coach.
But a head coach.
Right.
You got to think, New York City wants to get to the big place. They're like,
yes.
we want somebody, and then you got to appease these fans, right? These fans want to say, like, they want to know that they're confident in the choice. Again. Like, we're right here at the champion. Like, we're at the championship.
And Mike Malone is from Queens. That doesn't hurt either.
Right. He's from Queens. He's a champion as a coach. I'm not doubting Sam Cassell's ability to coach. Right. But I'm just saying, from where the Knicks, now if the Knicks got bounced in the second or first round, Sam Cassell, get him as a coach. But when you're 2 games away from the NBA Finals, you want somebody with a little bit more notoriety of being there as your coach, right? And I think Mike Malone is the better fit for the Knicks. Absolutely. I wouldn't want Giannis. He won't take anything but a supermax.
Pause. But soft on D.
What? Giannis? No.
Yeah, I don't get that.
He's not clutch. He dropped a 50 burger to win the final. Okay.
Right.
Then really disappears and big. He dropped a 50 burger to win the final. Okay. He doesn't play well enough off the ball. He dropped a 50 burger to win the finals. And
he was number 3 in the MVP voting this year. I mean, what does he have? Like 5 top 3 MVP finishes? Like,
Jared.
That's interesting.
He dropped a 50 burger to send not the Knicks, Phoenix home.
And entitlement causes big problems for whatever team he's at. Well, Giannis has only been on one team, man.
He must be talking about LeBron. Because he said Giannis.
Okay. So no, but Bruce, what I think, I don't want to speak for Transformer, but what I think he's saying in terms of the Knicks front office and the Knicks fan base, again, Mike Malone is a New York City guy, born and bred. And I think at some point I know his pops used to be on the Knicks staff, right? Mm-hmm. So he knows that building, he knows that organization, right? He knows all that. And then on top of that, he is a champion as a head coach, right? So the Knicks are now in a position by being 2 games or 1 game from the NBA Finals. They're saying, okay, we need a guy who can take us there. And that's not to say that Sam Cassell may not be able to take you there, but the experience isn't there, right? You have proof of concept in Mike Malone. That's no disrespect to Sam Cassell, because as we said, he's got a ring as a coach on a coaching staff. He's got 3 rings as a player. So we know what Sam Cassell is about. Also, he was a very good, bordering on elite at times, point guard. So this is no shade on Sam Cassell. But if you're an organization and you're thinking about your fan base and you're thinking about trying to win and you're excited just coming off the deepest playoff run in a quarter century, you're saying, yo, if we have the opportunity, we got to go with somebody with proof of concept, right? That's also why they were looking at Jay Wright, because while it was college, he's a 2-time champion, right? And on top of that, this is a guy who coached Jalen Brunson and all these Villanova guys already. So there's a familiarity there. So I get it. And again, nobody's saying Sam Cassell does not deserve the opportunity, Bruce. So don't be butthurt. Nobody's saying
does he need to be a coach in the league? Absolutely. He deserves to be a coach. But for New York, where they're trying to get to please, New York has the hardest media base in the world. It's the hardest media like the fans are some of the hardest fans to get through.
Right.
Sam Cassell walks in that door, confidence drops. I guarantee you. The first thing they're gonna be like, what has he won?
Right. And this
is his first head coach job. We're trying to get there.
No shade on Sam I am. Nobody's shading that door.
Nobody's shading that.
So Sid Bubba, Chief, the reason Mike Malone got fired, him and the GM apparently were going at it for over a year. So they got rid of both of them. So that's what that's about.
It started when they won the championship. When they won the championship, apparently Mike Malone got a little too tipsy and was saying certain things.
Yeah, he was talking.
Apparently something must have happened with him in the front office at that parade or poster parade, and it just went,
Bruce. But here's the thing, man. You gotta put the Baltimore bias to the side for a minute, man. We showing Sam Cassell all the love he deserves, but you got to hear what we're saying.
He just hears Baltimore.
Yeah. Okay, we're haters. All right, but anyway,
it's okay.
You guys don't get it. New York needs to hire whoever LeBron's podcast buddy is. It's Steve Nash.
Steve Nash already had a job in New York, and he fumbled
that. And that did not go well.
Fumble that ASAP.
Right. Well, he didn't fumble it. They didn't.
Oh yeah,
anyway.
we don't need a coach. That's what he had. We don't need a coach.
Right.
Era.
Yeah.
Him and KD and Kyrie.
Which was weird though, because I'm pretty sure KD wanted him there because Steve Nash was an assistant when KD was in Golden State winning chips. So like, I don't really know what's the deal with all that. All right, but anyway, you want to take a couple calls on this, Transformer?
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's take a couple of calls, man.
All right, let's do it. Let's take a couple calls on this, and you guys give your thoughts on these player moves, where you think some of these guys should or will end up. Let's hear it. He's trying to push my buttons. I'm not gonna let him do it. Pause. I'm not gonna let him do it. Let's see. Twizzler, that was before LeBron's podcast co-host. You don't get it. Nah, I guess we don't get it. But y'all know the number, 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Let's go. Chief. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Bruce.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome.
Good morning there, shipmate.
How you doing, shipmate?
I'm doing pretty awesome.
Outstanding, Chief.
But I think Giannis.
Yes.
And my guy from New Zealand, the big hunting guy, gonna try to go to the Lakers. I think the Lakers are gonna try to get Steven Adams, and I think they're gonna try to get Giannis to get to LA. Now,
both
will LeBron take less money? Listen to me now, shipmate. I think LeBron could take less money. He's a billionaire. He can take less money, and they can get up under the cap.
But will he?
I thought he said he's never playing for less than the max ever again. I thought he said that.
Well, he took a pay cut last year.
He took a pay cut to free up the money for Bronny, not to make the team better.
Well, wait a minute now.
He did.
Yes, go ahead,
he used to say, I would use your word, Bruce. That would be kind of disingenuous if he's trying to buy that fifth chip. He's trying to buy that. Hey, he can buy a ring. He can go ahead. This was perfect for the GOAT debate.
Perfect.
He can go ahead and take less money, kind of coast, go out through the playoffs, get 5 rings, and get Finals MVP.
That would be a blessing to my ears, first of all, just to hear us get Finals MVP is everything I need. I don't care anything about LeBron's legacy or what it does for him, long as I'm the one going to LA with my Lakers jersey on, saying, Boston, we coming back.
You better not.
Oh, yeah. But I think that's what the Lakers targeted for Giannis, because they definitely need big. He's a need.
Yeah.
And you know how it goes. Jenny did Bron a favor, and he probably could do the other. They could backdoor that money some kind of way.
In a situation like that, where would LeBron play though? Because Giannis is clearly the 4, and Luka's what? Is he playing the 1 or the 2? I guess he's playing the 1.
He's playing the 1.5.
Okay, so we know LeBron can't play the 2. We know that. Is he going to go back to the 3?
He can go back to the 3.
Play the 2?
He go back to the 1.
Okay.
Because remember, that man was averaging 25 points and 10 assists as a point guard.
But Luka controls the ball now.
That's right.
You need Luka. The ball needs to be in Luka's hands.
That's right.
The thing how I like that would work, and I like where you're going here, Chief. That would put LeBron minutes low. It would keep LeBron's minutes low, which he needs.
Yep. Yeah,
and that's what helps.
Look, hey, Transformer. LeBron is what we call a short time. He about to see that 214. So when you about to see that 214 in the light at the end of the light at the end of the tunnel, and you get your watch and your kumbaya and everything, man, just go ahead and go with it. Pay that money. Buy you a 5th ring.
Buy you a ring.
Buy you a ring. You a billionaire. Buy one.
Oh yeah, boy, that sounds good.
It does not.
But now, what is I honestly don't care. I'm not going to ask that question because it's going to turn into a LeBron show.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah. Bruce was saying This is LeBron trying to upstart competition on his way out.
Right.
Hey, but think about it leaves us in such a good way because now we got Giannis and Luka. Oh,
yeah,
man.
But he could take less. But in all seriousness, if he wanted to, he could take less money to fulfill the need of the Lakers. And Luke and Giannis would, fill that defensive slot that other Williams guy was going to do, but you got him and Luka.
Yeah.
Him and Luka in the pick and roll. Luka, Luka's slimmer, he's more motivated. They talked about him being fat, out of shape. Mm-hmm. They body shamed him. Now you got Giannis who's in shape. Man, I think I foresee later on this summer it might be a possibility, and you throw Steven Adams as a role player and get in there. Oh, we back, baby. We back.
Oh boy, yeah, that's wishful thinking. I don't see it happening, but it's definitely some wishful thinking. But the LeBron criticizers would hate life for that.
Oh yeah,
because that means LeBron's gonna stay for at least another 2-3 years.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
he will stay for another 2 to 3 years. He'll definitely stay. I won't see why he would leave.
I'm happy for this to be happening. All we gotta do is let Mr. Cleo, aka Bruiser, call it. If Bruiser said it's gonna happen, then it's gonna happen.
I know, right?
I call him Negro Damas.
For real. You're right.
I scratch my head. He come up. He's a genius. So if he say it can happen, then I'm a book it. I'm a book it. Bruce say it happen.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't need that. Don't need that. Oh wow.
Oh man, I would adore that.
Yikes.
I would adore that.
Right, yeah.
All right,
I'm thinking too hard.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call, brother. Appreciate you.
Look on the internet where it says Steven Adams and LeBron no Transformers. You might Google it and find it. It might be coming to fruition.
I'm doing it right now.
All right.
All right, no doubt.
Steven Adams would be a nice pickup, though.
Yeah, I like this guy, Franklin K. Real Laker fans want LeBron gone. I would.
I'm a real Laker fan. I don't care. So you can't tell me who the hell I am. Laker fans is 96, baby. Shit.
What's up, Steve?
Hey, what do you guys think about when you talk about Michael Malone as a possibility, right? Like I understand the championship pedigree, and that would be the bull case for Michael Malone in New York. But the bear case is the fact that you got a guy who basically caused the civil war within the it'd be like a company, right? Like this guy got a leadership position, had a problem with the upper leadership and the upper management, and it created a bunch of, a huge rift within the organization. He wins a championship, they still fire him anyway. So and then look at Tibbs. This guy is 2 games away from the NBA Finals. They fire him anyway. I think what these presidents, these owners, the top end of the organizations, they need someone who can get along. They'll even let people stay around longer as long as they can get along. Mark Jackson can't get a job. And he was a very competent coach. But he doesn't get along, apparently. No. Getting along with people, this communication thing is really important.
No, it is.
They're willing to fire proven commodities because they seem to be confrontational or problematic or whatever. Gone are the days where people can coexist not liking each other. Like everybody that has the power to move on from someone, even if they're getting results from them, they'll take the lesser talent because they can get along.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to wake up and feel like they're going to be having problems and confrontations and they're going to be undermined and they're, have their toes stepped on or whatever the case may be. So I'm bearish on Michael Malone in New York because of that. What's his name? Leon Rose.
Leon Rose.
Yeah. The discussion about him as the president of the Knicks is this is a decision he made moving on from Tibbs just because. Tibbs wears on people. Tibbs is hard-nosed. Tibbs is this and that. But if you're winning, you're supposed to be validated. It's meritocracy. But he's gone. So I'm seeing a connection between the way that Tibbs is and the way that Michael Malone is, to see that Michael Malone got fired after winning and all these things, I don't think that's the coach for the Knicks. I think they're looking for someone who is more PC, easier to get along with. They're going to hire a different type of coach. If they wanted to win, Michael Malone is hands down the best guy for it because he's proven, right?
Yeah,
but go ahead, Bruce.
No, I was just going to say, man, getting along. This is New York City, man. We saw, I guarantee you that the ownership of the Knicks was in love with the amount of money they were pulling in with all those home games in the playoffs. Like you heard that it was going to be, had they gotten to Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals, it was going to be, was it $500,000 for two courtside seats? Can you imagine how much money they made off that playoff run? And
this is a petty owner, and these are egos at play. Dog, they set security for Charles Oakley.
Yeah, that was insane.
What the hell are we doing,
I
bro?
don't know, man.
How is that a thing?
It shouldn't be a thing, but at the end of the day, it's still about owners. All the owners want to get bread. They all want to get the money, right? So you can't be stupid about it. But that's me.
And the Giannis piece. Giannis needs to be very careful. His decision on where he asks for a trade, because that's what it's going to boil down to. He's under contract, so he has to request a trade.
Yeah.
He has to be very, very selective and careful about where he goes, because he may go to a situation where his role will be slightly different, or he needs to look at the roster construction of what the team is going to look like after the trade, not before the trade. How the team is constructed once they complete those roster moves. So he needs, just look at the roster that won it in Milwaukee. It was lockdown defenders. It was
a lot of 3-and-D
shooters.
Yeah.
A lot of rebound. It was like the typical way that championships are won. So they need to recreate that. Drew Holiday goes to Boston and they win a finals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, these are the principles of winning. He needs to recreate that in a way, right? You're looking for those fundamental things that championship rosters have. So I don't know, you guys were given your ideas. That is an almost impossible task to try to pick a team where Giannis should go, because it's really what the team's going to look like after the trade is done. Because it's going to take immense draft capital, and it's going to take today's talent too. Like the demands for Giannis are going to be astronomical. Not many teams are going to be willing to blow up their team potentially if it doesn't work out, because, I mean, look at the Suns. I mean, talk to me about that, Bruce.
Yeah.
What do you think the owner of the Suns is saying right now? He said, I went all in with all these guys, and it blew up in my face. I couldn't make the play-in last year. Talk to me about that, bro.
No, absolutely, because now he's saying, I got to get rid of one, maybe two if I can, of these contracts. Absolutely. These dudes do not want to pay for 3 stars anymore. And that was the goal. That's probably one of the best things Adam Silver did, was readjust this freaking readjust the luxury tax with all these aprons and all that to keep 3 superstars from joining up, make it really punitive. So no, I hear you. These owners are not going to pay anymore for a product that doesn't get it done on the floor.
Yeah.
I don't think
Golden State did it because they kept winning.
Right, exactly. I don't think the market matters so much. I think there's other dynamics at play. Transformer, who did you say Giannis should go to? Did you end up giving your take on that?
Nah, not really. I did like the Spurs. Really? I like what Bruce said about the Spurs. Spurs sounds like a great team.
I don't think he can go to the Spurs because, I mean, you're going to be building that roster around Wemby. You know, that's like Giannis going to San Antonio. I mean, that changes Wemby's trajectory of his career because Giannis is still in his prime.
But how does it?
You know what I mean?
You can have 2 guys.
They've done it before.
I mean, it's gonna. I know, but it's gonna completely change whatever trajectory or thought process that team had of Wemby. At the very least, it's gonna put it on hold.
I think it catapults it, to be honest with you.
Who's better right now? So. Who's better right now? Giannis or Wemby?
Giannis.
That's my point. So now he kind of has to take a back seat. I swear to God, if Wemby's taking 26-foot threes, you think Giannis gonna be happy about that?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it can work, because Giannis can still get downhill, right? It's not like Wemby's in the post attracting a lot of defensive attention there. Giannis can still get downhill. So like it could be a low budget Dream and Ralph Sampson type thing. You know what I mean? I think that can work.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's a tough call. I'm with you guys. I don't really know where he goes. I don't know where he has to go, but I mean, it's going to take several first round picks. It's going to take talent today.
It's going to take a lot.
Guys that could start today. And you saw what happened when Melo demanded to go to New York. He completely disabled the Knicks roster. Everybody ended up getting shipped to Denver, and he could have left in February after the trade deadline was in February.
Yeah.
They traded him, and there was nothing left. The cupboard was bare. He never won anything.
Right.
So they have to be very careful about timing and what it takes to trade him. But thanks for taking my call, guys. I appreciate it.
Hey, no doubt.
Absolutely, man.
I appreciate you.
All right. So my bad. Before we move on, man, I wanted to give a shout out to the new members in the chat, man. If you're new to the channel, we thank you guys for watching us, listeners. If you like what you're listening to, you like seeing the green that me and Bruce decided to wear. We planned this. No, we did not.
We did not.
If you like seeing it, man, please subscribe to the channel, share, like, and go Irish if you care. But I don't think you will. That's what you. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Put it in the comments, man. Let us know what you think. Where do you see Ja going? Where do you see KD going? Where do you see Zion going? Where do you see Giannis going? And did we miss anybody? Bruce, do not say Austin Reeves. Don't care. But do you see not you, but Bruce, Baltimore Bruce?
Okay. I was like,
man, we ain't gonna say nothing about Austin Reeves. All right. But no, man, if you guys think of any other big trades, man, let us know. I'm not converting. I'm just happy that we got one of your boys, Steve. Calm down.